Gamers, what are the strangest things you've heard over an open mic viewer edition? You know, I don't know if you folks know this, but I'm a bit of a gamer myself, and I've got some. I don't have many stories to tell. I don't play a lot of online games where I'm talking to people over voice chat. I think the best that I ever remember was playing Overwatch. I overheard over one of my teammates' mics. The person sounded younger, in their teens, and I'm pretty sure I heard their mom in the background just say, "You suck at this." I mean, that's amazing. What are your stories? Story 1. Oh, I love that I have a story for this. A few years back, and 100% anyone from back then that comes across this will know exactly which one of us would even dare to post this story, so sorry bro, but that crap was way too damn funny not to share. On to the story. Me and this regular group I played with for years were all sitting in a party. I can't remember what they were playing, probably GTA 5 in the early days, like Beach Bum Update, early days of GTA or GTA 4 before that. Unimportant. We were sitting in this party going through our usual banter when our friend and victim of unabashed laughter for the next several years gets a phone call. Now, we've all been playing with each other for years. We knew names, family, pretty much despite being spread across the entire USA, we acted like neighbors after all these years together, so taking a phone call on Mike was nothing new. He gets a call and answers making no effort to mute. We're all used to this by now, so we just ignore and continue on with our game. Then one sentence makes all 7 of us go silent. Yeah, well, just because she has some STDs doesn't mean I do. I swear to all of you, you have never heard silence this loud in your life. We were in online games and every one of us stopped and listened with rapt attention. For the next 15 minutes or so, we listened as he talked about this girl we all knew he was sleeping with and the problems of STDs and transmissions. This is only one of the many stories I have from parties with those idiots. T, if you happen to come across this, did you ever get paid for that one job? LOL. Oh my goodness gracious, mute yourself. I don't care what you think the call might be about. I don't care who you're with. Oh God, just mute yourself. Also, how old was this person that they didn't understand something that oh my God, we're getting told about this in like 7th grade health class. Oh man, I hope he's a better gamer than he was a student. Story 2. Pretty short story, but this one is actually me. I'm chilling in my room with my friend and my dog. My dog is stirring on my lap, and me and my friend are on my bed playing Xenoverse 2 on my TV. My bed was basically found since it was a small room, so don't get any ideas. Typically, people don't have mics or even listen to the game chat on the game, so I didn't bother muting myself. My friend reaches over to pet my dog while I'm in the middle of a fight, and it was messing up my performance, so I yelled at him and ended up saying something along the lines of, "Dude, stop it, you're touching my D." And out of nowhere, we hear laughter coming from the other end of my mic. This means that he not only heard us the entire time yelling, but heard the last bit. We joined him in laughter, and I friended him after that. Haven't heard of that guy since. Story 3 was playing Dead Rising 2 back in the day with a buddy, one that I knew in real life, and we were trying to tame a tiger in one of the casinos. There are just enough stakes in the area to tame her, but my dumb butt used one of them to revive my buddy who went down. After a while, we couldn't find any more stakes, so I said to him, let's just give the cat some vodka, as there was plenty of booze in the place. My mother, just home from work, slams my bedroom door open and yells, "You're not giving Kiwi vodka," and slams the door shut. Buddy goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot you had a cat," in between wheezes from laughing hysterically. Can only imagine what it was like for him to just hear if he didn't know I had a cat. I remember Dead Rising 2. One thing I did not know is that you could tame the tigers, though. I didn't do great at that game. I focused on Dead Rising 1, and I almost got the achievement where you save everyone. I think you can save everyone but one person, but I saved everyone. I was in the last section of the game, and my 360 red ringed, and I lost all of it. It is the only time I cared about an achievement, and it was taken from me, and I've never cared since. I'm dead inside. Story 4. I've heard just about any and everything you could hear on a mic, excluding somebody dying on mic that I know of. I've heard people being intimate, I've heard people break up or start dating. I believe I've even heard someone on some possessed or drugged up crap. I've heard shots fired, drug deals, crappy parents or lack of parents, and plenty more that I can't think of off the top of my head. But the one that takes the cake, a robbery. I was at a party with a guy that had a home invasion. I'm pretty sure he was selling drugs. Everyone heard him crying, "Oh crap, please, no bro, take it here." And the homeboy got pistol whipped and everything, on mic. Story 5. I was playing Warzone when I started up another game. I was playing with random people, so by myself. I didn't have a mic, so I couldn't say anything to anyone. One of my teammates asked if I had a mic, and she was talking in this weird, seducing voice, and her other friends started talking in the same voice too. My username was Shrek at the time, so because of that, they kept on moaning and saying Shrek after every sentence. I died, so one of the girls sang, "Oh no, Daddy Shrek died." I immediately left after that. Story 6. Gamer girl here. A common thing I hear whenever I go in game chats is either intense flirting or being told to go to the kitchen. One time there was this one dude that was mad I was playing video games and told me that they're only for boys. I should go make him a sandwich. To which I replied with, "I'm literally doing better than you. Is that why you're mad? Maybe you should make me a sandwich to make up for me having to carry you." He told me he was going to SA me, so I reported him. I don't know if he's banned or not, but I don't usually report people. He just made me very mad because past trauma, and also to stick up for all the women who deal with this every day so he doesn't harass someone else. Are some of you guys still giving women crap when they play games? It's the 2020s. My lord. Games are for everyone. Oh my gosh. I know more girls in my friend group who game than guys. For the love, oh my lord, bunch of friggin' cavemen, I am done. Story 7 was playing PlanetSide 2 and my outfit was hosting squads. We invited a couple of random players and we were all chatting up a storm on the mic, just chilling, when we all heard a random click and then we went silent as soon as we all heard a loud, slurpish noise for about 15 to 20 seconds. When the noise ended, one of my teammates broke the silence and went, "Are you gonna finish that slushy?" Then the rest of us broke down laughing. The guy who made the noise responded with, "Dog, I ain't got no slushy, but after this game, I'm gonna go get me one with some munchies." And he was baked. Story 8. Played a team-based game with around 20 other people fairly regularly. 2 of them were married. Aside from them, I was under the impression no one knew anyone in real life. One day we were playing and the wife of the couple said something really tame. Paraphrasing, but like, "Nice one, big boy," to another guy. Well, her husband loses his effing mind, and everyone, including me, is treated to a colorful story of how the guy she said it to did, in fact, know her in real life. He had driven across like 6 states years ago and had an affair with her. The 3 of them had worked it out and let it go. Their agreement was that they would never speak of it, and they would just go back to pretending they didn't know each other in real life. These 3 had spent years playing like 15 hours a week online together and acting as if nothing happened. A couple days later, all 3 were back online and pretending nothing was weird, and the rest of us went right on pretending we didn't know jack. You know, I'm all for forgive, forget, move on with your life. Mistakes happen, and it doesn't necessarily have to ruin things, but you play a game with the person like for 15 hours a week for years, and you're okay with it until she makes a statement like, "Nice one, big boy," and you just lose it. Clearly things are not okay. Quit pretending that they're okay. And I get, you know what, they're having their own conversations. Do what you want. I'm not touching this one anymore, I guess. Story 9. Way back during the Burning Crusade in WoW, we were wiping badly while raiding. The main tank had raids left between attempts to get a smoke and a beer. Suddenly over the mic, we hear this sweet little voice, his 6-ish-year-old daughter singing "You Are My Sunshine" to try and cheer up the raid because she knew Daddy was mad at the game. A few people sang along even. Was a smaller family guild. I wish I could say it was magic or something, but we still wiped the next attempt. But in a better mood, so that is something. Another time later in WoW, the healer said, "Hang on, the toddler's trying to set the dog on fire." I was that healer. It was not my child. The dog was fine. The child's father got a tongue lashing you would not believe for leaving lighters on the floor. Story 10. Didn't think this was really a topic, but wholesome to me one day. I'm playing Insurgency Sandstorm, and some dude asked everyone how their day was going. Since I was the only one with the mic, I responded, "Going good, how was yours?" He responded back with, "Oh, just having fun. We were going to play for 10 games, and then we started talking. More 6 hours go by. I have learned about this man's entire Army military experience. Noted he's 21, and I'm 15. I've played with him once since then, and it's only been a month since I first met this dude. Great friend, whole time though he was just down in whiskey, never even knew it." Story 11. I was playing Apex Legends when one of my teammates mic'd picked up what sounded like a doctor in the background. Didn't think much of it, but after the game I friended him and we played a couple of times afterwards. A few weeks later, there was a mass group chat that I'm guessing were all of his friends, and on that account someone had messaged that he had recently passed due to cancer and lung problems. He was 15. I cried even though I didn't know him personally. Okay. Well, I wasn't expecting a story that was going to make me emotional, but here it is. And, I mean, the one thing I can say is that, you friended a person, you had some fun with them. It's terrible that they were taken from this world at 15 from cancer, but playing that game with them when you did and stuff was probably something that meant a lot to them, and you didn't even know it. But, hey, you were nice to them. You had a good time with them. That's awesome. Story 12. This story wasn't over open mic, it was in chat. The server I play on usually has a lot, and I mean a lot, of drama and gossip. One day I was just minding my business, doing quests, when one of my online friends contacted me through friend chat, and we went into club chat. They proceeded to tell me that they were pregnant, and I just sat in my chair in shock and disbelief, and the combo was pretty awkward after that. Story 13. Story 4 is very close to an experience I had while playing Halo Reach back on the 360 a few years ago. You forgot how sensitive some Xbox 360 mics were back then until you could actually hear the dude's parents banging in the background in the next room. He even had to tell them to keep it down. Muted him as soon as I realized what the sound was before muting my own mic and starting to laugh myself dizzy due to never expecting to hear that in Halo Reach multiplayer of all things. Xbox 360 multiplayer voice chat was such a wild time, and I'm gonna miss that era of Halo multiplayer. Wonder what happened to him. Story 14. I actually have a story for this section for once. So one time me and my friend were on a call on our Xboxes and we just played some stuff, the usual. And his little sister was there with my friend, in the same room. Then I heard odd sounds from his mic, then he explained what the sounds were. For some really strange reason, his sister tried to literally kiss him. I have no idea why, but he just said his sister is weird sometimes. To this day, I still can't get rid of that memory of mine. Stop it. Just stop it, internet. God, no! Stop it. God, I'm gonna go live in the woods. Story 15. I got into a call, feels like the beginning of a joke, and there were two guys in complete silence. Then I said, "Hey," and they instantly went, "You want to help us draw thick Among Us?" I opened the screen transmission, and they were drawing several thick Among Us characters in silent 100% serious. They were doing that completely professionally. Then I left, but they were so serious about it, I really considered helping them. Story 16. I remember once playing a round of SCP Secret Laboratory during which I walked around a corner where two guys were just standing on a pile of grenades. I then accidentally took one of their grenades but gave it back. The one guy proceeded to kill me since I don't think he saw me give it back. While trying to process what just happened, the first thing I heard in a group with other dead spectators is, "Have you ever thought about V as an inside-out P?" Left the game and decided that's enough SCP for the day. Story 17. The funniest comms I've experienced was when this girl in our thrown-together raid squad got chewed out by her mom for still playing on her computer, and at some point she finally muted comms and left the call. Me and one of the other guys remaining started laughing about how random that was. Then, I kid you not, the guy's dad gets home and starts yelling at him for the same thing, and bro eventually leaves. The fact that I never heard some kid get chewed out over mic, yet it happened twice at 2 different people, was hilarious for some reason. Story 18. So the weirdest thing I've experienced was in a game of Dota where an extremely heated argument broke out over whether Lycan, a werewolf, counted as bestiality or not. Further complicated by the fact that it was between a guy who spoke English but no Mandarin and a guy who spoke Mandarin but no English, with the dude's girlfriend translating over the open mic, while also making racist remarks about the rest of the lobby because she thought it was to push talk and we couldn't hear her. Whoa, this story has just a little of everything that we all just love about the internet. Talk about bestiality, arguing with strangers on the internet, and apparently a touch of racism. Cool, great. The internet's a good thing. It shouldn't be, burned down. We're fine. Story 19. Once I was playing Minecraft with a couple of my friends and my friend's friend, and then the guy who was basically using this origin from a mod that made him a potato popped out of the ground, started murdering us all 2 seconds after yelling something in Russian, which we later found out means blood for the motherland. That's his way of telling us his new battle strategy. Story 20. One time I was on a Discord call and a friend of a friend left their mic on. We heard him yelling at his mom and his sister got involved and started yelling at him too. Then we heard him get up and hit his sister, no doubt about it. We heard her crying and the mom screaming at the guy. Based on what they were saying and the sound of the hit, we assumed it was across the face, which he confirmed later was the case. I hope the sister is okay wherever she is. Story 21. A story of mine. I was playing Gorilla Tag in a casual lobby when this furry started calling me daddy and started chasing me. I kept juking him out real badly, and I'm pretty sure he stopped chasing me and left the lobby. I've had some goofy experiences like this that I'm not going to share, but it was really funny because bro didn't know how to play the game. Story 22. In this case, I was the one who left the mic open. I had been quiet for a while because I was very late and I was secretly playing another game. All of a sudden, I performed the loudest, strangest sneeze you can imagine. Nobody says anything about it. Then I realized everyone had to hear it and say, "Hostia que tenía el micro abierto." And about 5 Spaniards in their 30s started laughing for a solid minute. Oh boy, I just know I'm gonna get heck in the comments for my, pronunciation of that Spanish there, but, well, I had the option of either stopping and re-recording this section after going and listening to it on Google Translate and trying to get it right, or just plowing through like the idiot I am. And here we are. I'm looking at it right now. I'm not going to try and say it again. It won't go well. I'm sorry. Story 23. I have a short and quick story. I was playing Medieval Attack Defense, and for some reason a player from my team started to listen to Banana Phone, and his mic was on, so he made the whole game funny and hilarious for 2 minutes straight. After the 3rd minute, he realized that his microphone was open, so he paused the song and apologized, then logged off. Story 24. I was talking with my friend who had said that his girlfriend was in the room with him while we were playing games. I thought I heard her a couple times. He told me that she was just waking up. I closed the party chat but didn't exit the game quite yet. So I hear from game chat, "He almost caught us. I don't want him to know you were blowing." And I had to try really hard not to scream while frantically hitting the power button. I doubt he knows I caught that, but it wouldn't surprise me if he did. Story 25. I still remember dropping into an Apex match and there's this kid who's probably 11 and his little brother who's about 5 asked for his Uncrustable peanut butter jelly sandwich, and all of a sudden I heard the kid shout at the top of his lungs, "Get your own Uncrustable!" I was trying my best to hold my laughter long enough to mute my mic. I still look back on that day fondly. Story 26. I was playing TF2 on a 24/7 community server, and there was a sniper on the other team with a pocket healer that was saying some stupid stuff over mic. Me and another sniper on my team kept hitting him by hitting him at the same time with the worst weapon. He starts to get ironically toxic and hurling insults and threats at me like, my dad works at Valve and he's gonna get you banned. And my personal favorite, if you keep killing me, I'm gonna come over to your house and wash your cast iron pans with soap and water. What a funny guy. First of all, how dare that sniper act like that and be such a jerk when everyone knows that when you're a sniper in TF2, you need to be polite and be efficient. And that sounds like you're doing the second one, but you're not being polite. That's no good. And second off, the threat that they're going to come wash your cast iron pans with soap and water, that is not that big of a deal. I use my cast iron pans literally every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. And if they need them, they get a little soap and water. Modern day soap isn't that bad. It's not going to ruin your seasoning. So you people need to get over that crap. I mean, don't go wild and get like super duper dish soap and a, steel wool or something. But I lost my steam. I can't stay mad. Story 27. My friend and I were playing Minecraft, and my friend, who thought they were on mute, started cussing and said, "All the monsters are blowing me." Then the rest of the VC proceeds to die laughing. We're still great friends to this day, though. P.S. She didn't mean it like that. It was very late at night, and our brains were not working. Story 28. Okay, my guild years ago was raiding X dungeon and we were all on voice chat. One guy insisted on using voice activation instead of push to talk, using a key press and hold to activate the microphone. Well, during a short downtime, this guy takes a phone call, but he forgot to mute his mic. Yeah? Oh, I have it, but it's gonna cost you 3 big bills. We all laughed as we realized we just heard him complete a drug deal. Story 29. This didn't happen to me, but one time my brother was on the Oculus and he had the volume like the whole way up, and 10 minutes into him playing monkey tag or whatever, all you can hear is someone cursing my brother out, then someone moaning about 3 minutes later from the same mic. The funniest part was my dad was in the room and all my dad did was laugh for a solid 30-ish seconds before standing up and walking out of the room saying, quote, "I'm done with this crap, I'm out." No one in my family saw him until dinner time. Story 30. I was playing ESO around 11 p.m. with the open mic. Someone was saying they heard somebody's dog snoring in the... I told them that was not a dog, that was my wife sleeping and she's very tired. Everybody started laughing except for the guy who said, "I'm so sorry," and I told them it's okay. This is what I sleep to almost every night. Story 31. I remember I was in a match and I spawned in and there was this whole congregation of people just talking about certain intimate activities. Like 3 or 5 people just sitting around a table talking about this and that. What was funniest to me is that this was in the middle of a Napoleonic battle. I mean, what the hell else are you gonna do in the middle of a Napoleonic battle, huh? Focus on combat and all that stuff and tucking your hand into your shirt like this, that old stereotype? I don't know. No, what a great time to sit and talk about intimate things and who likes fingers where. Story 32. Okay, I have a little story. One time I was playing Sea of Thieves on Xbox with one of my friends, and we can hear each other fine. But the thing I heard on the other side was, should I say, very interesting. He said something like, "Sorry, my sister's trying to kiss me," and I was like, "What?" At that time, I was still processing what I heard, then I started laughing. Very interesting moment indeed. Story 33. One of my own stories is that I was playing Rec Room and there were 2 guys like having an argument. I didn't know who they were, but clearly one was young. Then the young one started doing weird sounds on his mic. By that I mean moaning. And the worst part was when the controller hand reached into a very interesting spot. Then I blocked him and then immediately left. Story 34. I was playing Splatoon with one of my friends on a VC and suddenly his mom came in and asked him, "Have you got to Splatfest team name King yet?" And I started bursting out with laughter and my friend left the VC immediately. Please leave your story in the comments. I would love to make a video on them in the future. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe.